Off your finger. Magic. The only art form in the world where you could ask people for private and personal objects, and they'd be like, yeah, go ahead, right ahead. Yeah, say, well, you my shoe?
Let me see your wheels. Let me take a picture of you.
A lot of years of practice has made me an expert at putting long black things into white holes.
Oh.
I like the kid shows. I'm getting so much trouble for this. I ain't gonna tell nobody I'm on this show. My deal's gonna be canceled. Just hold that for me right there. 1, 2. It's your ring on a string.
It's on a string.
Bring on a string.
Jimmy's like, wait a minute, okay.
Let go. Hold this with your right hand. Should come with your left hand. Or the left. Yeah. I want you to both come with your free hand and hold each end of this marker.
Wow. Yo, get the fuck out of here, yo.
Come on, leave it. Stay right.
Wow.
All right.
Explain.
So this is why I love bar magic. I don't need no crazy fucking props.
Yo, get the fuck out of here. Yo, put that camera on me. Wow. Yo.
Nah, you niggas don't get it.
Oh, man.
See your hand? See your hand?
Yo. What the fuck? He's an assault machine?
No way. No.
Oh, no.
Fucking way.
No. Nah.
First of all, what?
It wasn't that much.
Right? To the homies.
To the homies.
Yo! Happy holidays. You know what it is, man. Check this out. I'm not Thorozano for this interview. I'm the great Thorozini. That's who I am right now. Because I have alongside of me one of the greatest musicians in the world. Introduce yourself.
What's going on, man? I'm Smoothini, the ghetto Houdini.
Smoothini?
Smoothini.
Smoothini.
You can put a D in there if you want to,
Right.
but if you try to spell it that way and Google me, it might not be me.
That's one thing about our people, man. We'll gospel and soul anything up. As we should.
That's why I wrote my name, so that, you know,
All right.
people don't miss it.
Well, you know what? I didn't graduate from high school, so I can't read that.
It's all good.
Yeah, I'm messing with
I
you.
barely made it through myself.
Right. Thank you for coming through.
It was my pleasure.
All right. Thank you for coming
Whenever I
through.
can be back in my hometown,
All right.
you know,
and
do
you're
it.
from?
I'm from Washington Heights, Manhattan.
Washington Heights?
But I live in Las Vegas now.
Oh, you're in the right place for what you
Well,
do.
yeah, of course.
You're definitely in the right place.
Yes.
Let's talk about your background. You were in the military, correct?
Yeah, I was a Marine.
All right. Congratulations. Thank you for your service.
It is what it is. I did it for the college.
You did it for the, hey, a lot of people do it for the college, as they should.
Yeah.
As they should. So how did you make the transition from Marine to blowing up shit, killing motherfuckers, no pun intended, to protecting this great country, minus Donald Trump, to
I was a Bush. I was under
he's under Bush. Okay.
Yeah. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Well, nevertheless, you served the country, and it's greatly appreciated. How did you make that transition from that to doing magic tricks?
Oh man, that's actually a kind of a misconception.
Okay.
Because there was no transition.
Okay.
I started doing magic when I was 8.
Okay.
And up in the Heights, 8 years old, that's middle school. Then in high school, I had the passion, I had the bug.
Right.
And all of a sudden, this dude, David Blaine from Brooklyn, blows up. And I'm looking at him doing this thing, and it wasn't like, I didn't even get the haterade, you know what I mean? I was like, wait a minute, I do all that. Like, why am I getting paid for this? The thing is, what nobody tells a little man is that there is nobody in the hood that does magic. So there's nobody to like look up to give you the actual career points. Like, how do you go from like, okay, I like to do it, to like, now you're gonna blow people's heads up on TV?
Right.
So, as I was trying to find myself and trying to figure out how to sneak into show business, literally everybody that I knew was getting into hip hop or acting.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I want to do magic, but I don't do no birthday parties. I don't do no corporate events. I want to be on stage. I want to do it like a comedian does. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so in the process of doing all that, I got a corporate job. That sucked. Then I was like, well, maybe I need to get some education, some business mind frame,
Right.
and try to apply to college and couldn't afford it. So then, boom, there's the Marine Corps.
Right.
Also, I realized if I joined the Marines, I'll be able to travel around
Right.
and then try my magic out on different. So there was no transition. I did the Marine Corps specifically to get into the Marine Corps, get the knowledge that I needed, and dip the fuck out.
dip out.
Can I cuss?
You have to. It's mandatory.
Okay, yes. So and dip the fuck out so I
Right.
could do my magic. I mean, that's exactly what it was. So it wasn't like, oh, I was this great American patriot.
Right.
No, it was like, get me out the hood, give me some skills.
I was painting a good picture, but oh
Yeah, nah. I had to. No, I loved my time in the Marine Corps. I promise you that. And I wasn't
Right.
no Jason Bourne, but like I learned, pretty much a lot of who I am now. My self-confidence, the ability to speak in public.
Right.
That came from being a Marine.
Marine. Okay.
And then me doing magic to Marines who are assholes to begin with. I mean, that's like your prerequisite. So imagine now when I'm in Vegas and you got people willing to wait in line to see me and they're like,
Right.
yay, Smooth. Man, imagine the days when motherfuckers was like, this motherfucker, goddamn.
Right.
You know, when I dealt with hard audiences my entire life.
Right.
So yeah, there was no transition.
Okay. So with that being said, how and who actually taught you? You self-taught? Did you go on YouTube? Did you read books? How did you learn to do magic tricks and those things? How did you learn this?
How cute, YouTube. How cute.
Hey, I'm a novice here. I don't know how it works. You know?
Now, there was no YouTube in 93.
Oh, this is 93. Okay.
I mean, actually, I started in 88.
Okay.
Doing magic. Yeah. By the time I was 93, 94, about to go to high school, the New York Public Library.
Okay.
Man, Dewey Decimal System, right? Like Dewey Decimal, whatever, I can't pronounce it. But
That's it. That's how you.
now you go in there, and this is to you young kids out there. You ask the librarian, where's the magic section, right? And she points you up to these 4 or 5 books that nobody's ever touched in decades. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then I will take them my library card and read them, learn them. And then I will do the tricks in my family. And after they got bored with it, I'll go down the block. I mean, literally out my building, on the block, and do the drug dealers.
Right.
And then anybody else hanging on the block. And then what happened was, as I got a little bit older, Dan is like, yo, this guy's crazy with magic, he's invited to a party. So now all of a sudden I'm getting invited to parties. Now, but I'm doing the same 5, 6 tricks.
Right.
So after a while, especially when I'm a teenager and I'm looking at girls now, yo, I had to step up my game. And then what happened was, naturally, I started learning more. Then I found the magic store, then I found this, that, the third. And people started paying me to go to parties.
Right.
So then I took the knowledge of like the stuff that I do and said, how do I flip it on its head?
Right.
So like they say in magic, there's only like 8 good tricks. There's only 8 tricks.
Right.
So whether I make your cell phone disappear or make the Statue of Liberty disappear, I'm just still making something disappear. Now for regular people, it looks like a different trick, same principles.
Okay.
So it was actually pretty easy for me to learn magic, self-taught.
Okay. Wiz Khalifa, he took a liking to you. You guys
He
linked
did.
up, and you have some show coming out. You want to speak on that?
No,
Okay. Guess not.
non-disclosure agreement.
It's non-disclosure agreement.
Yes.
So there's no truth to you and Wiz Khalifa knowing each other.
There's photos on the internet, yes.
There's photos on the internet.
Yes.
But there's no talks of any show, any
There-
collaborations.
if you look up my name and hit the news part,
Hit the news part.
somebody put a press release on Variety magazine. I personally cannot talk about it.
Oh, you can't talk about that.
Me.
Oh, you can't talk about it.
But if you
Okay,
were
well-
to search yourself,
Right. He's giving you, you know,
Hints.
if you could read
now
between the lines.
Wiz took a liking to me. A couple people took a liking to me, and I'm smiling. But Wiz is not attached to me. It was just
Okay.
we did film some stuff, and,
Okay.
and he was bugged out, and
And he's smiling.
and
you know when people smile, right?
All I gotta say, it doesn't take that much to go on like
Right.
an internet search, and you'll find it out.
All right. Okay. Now, are you currently performing regularly in Vegas, or how can people check you out if they wanted to see you?
I've been in Vegas for 10 years.
Okay. Where are you performing at?
I have been in Planet Hollywood at the
Okay.
PBR Rock Bar and other places, but with the good news that I'm not supposed to be talking about
I'm good.
coming up, right? I'm gonna be going back to Vegas and renegotiating everything. You know what I mean? So yes, I am excited that this spring I'm pushing hardcore to have a bigger, more publicized residency.
Right.
It's about damn time.
Okay, all right.
You know.
You mentioned David Bling. Me, I don't know that much about, musicians and whatnot. That's probably really the only one I know. Who are some of the others that you look up to?
The Amazing Jonathan.
Okay.
And he had a really big Comedy Central special a couple years back, and he's been on a couple episodes of Chris Angel's Mind Freak.
Okay.
The thing that inspired me about Amazing Jonathan was that my first passion was to be a comedian.
I can see that.
I'm a little funny sometimes.
I can see that.
And so, but then I wasn't funny when I needed to be.
Right.
Like on talent contests, I would just choke up.
That's the work of a comic. You gotta be funny when you need to.
Yeah,
You
no,
gotta be funny.
I didn't get that part, you know?
Right.
And so when I started doing magic and I was a very insecure kid, I can hide behind the trick.
Right.
And then I could be funny, and if it was funny, people would laugh, and if it wasn't funny, it didn't matter, because here's your watch, and people would laugh.
Right.
So Amazing Jonathan was the first time I saw somebody on television be a comedian. Like he would pretend to do tricks and mess it up on purpose, but it'd be funnier than hell.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he has this like way of mixing comedy and magic that I was like, oh, now I know I have a chance.
Right.
You know, so it's pretty cool.
Right.
So I with Amazing Jonathan, and then to mention one other,
David Copperfield?
you know, if you look at music, right, and you can say you got Jay-Z, and then you got Kenny Chesney,
Okay.
right? Right?
That's a hell of a.
Right, but they're both musicians.
Right.
But they're both musicians, but when you like into music, you know they're two different apples and oranges.
Yeah, that was apples. That was
So
really
yeah, so
apples
like
and
in the world of magic, Copperfield is in one end of the spectrum, and then you got David Blaine on the other end of the spectrum.
Okay.
And so it was like, much respect to Copperfield, but there's no way I can ever afford a jet.
I don't know. I got some ideas for you after the show.
Oh yeah, some of that Bitcoin. Nah, but like yeah, I mean like I dig it, but I'm not. You know, I grew up in the Heights, and there's just no how can I politically correctly say it? But I didn't grow up with the kind of family and friends that like, yay, Timmy. They'd be like, nah, nigga, let me see those fucking cars. I mean, super quick, you know.
Right.
So I like the idea that Copperfield has the blessings that his audiences shut the fuck up and watch the whole shit quietly.
Right.
But nah, not for me, man.
Not
My
for you?
audiences talk shit throughout the whole process. They're drinking, they got the Henny popping, there's blunts going out of nowhere.
Right.
Like we ain't booking Smooth anymore,
Right.
man.
Right. That's why you're the hood Houdini. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So speaking of audiences, you were recently, well, not recently, but you were on America's Got Talent, correct? Mm-hmm. And I looked at the numbers on that show, man.
Yes.
It was like 37 million
On one video, yeah.
in one video.
I had to say that.
Yeah, he's
One video.
He's humble, right? Yeah, right.
Nah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm surprised myself.
37 million views on one video.
On the official NBC version, not the World Star Hip Hop version. That one
Right. Hey,
crazier.
he's popping his collar right now. I ain't mad at him. You were incredible, man. I saw the
Thank
video.
you.
Those people were like
You know what was crazy about that?
mind blown by that.
That entire audition, the cost of that magic was under $6.
$6.
$6 of magic, and my girl, who's my fiance now, stole the salt shaker that morning from the diner.
Wow.
She's gonna hate me telling the story, but what happened was, I had this entire different idea of what I was gonna perform.
Right.
I was gonna go on stage and like do all my shit, you know, and go all out, and the producer's like, nah, I want you to do that shit that you did at Planet Hollywood.
Right, right.
I'm like, the stuff at the bar?
Right.
And I'm like, oh, that's whack, because that's in the beginner's magic set.
Right.
And she's like, nah, you do it really good. And then my girl's like, yo, wants you to do the salt trick? I took the salt trick just in case you needed it.
Right.
And so seriously, when you watch that video, I wasn't even expecting him doing that act.
Right. That was amazing. So that was off the top.
I literally, when you look at the video, I literally went on stage and had nothing to say. I'm like, oh, look at this. And then I just went on autopilot.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to perform a trick and it failed? And,
All the time.
Yeah? How do you recover from that? What
Easy.
What do you do?
That's the easiest part. Magic works by surprise.
Okay.
You need a surprise element. If you don't know what the end result's gonna be, I can never fuck up a fucking trick. You would never know it failed because you don't know how it was supposed to end up anyways.
Okay.
So like I do tricks and then fuck up, and I do things like, oh, watch, I'll make a rabbit come out of my hat. Oh, I ain't that good, and people just start cracking up.
I get it. I
You know
just
what I mean?
cracked up.
Yeah,
I
so
thought,
like-
I thought a rabbit was about to come out.
Yeah, nah, I ain't getting paid that much for this.
Oh, yeah. Hey, who's in charge of the budget here? Let's get this man
real,
to pull
come
a rabbit
on.
out of his hat.
I need the green screen, man.
That'll be crazy.
Nah, so yeah, you fuck up with tricks all the time, and and I like it.
Right.
I like going into performance environments where the pressure to be good is there, so I can just like, laugh at that fear.
Right.
Laugh at that fear because I could do something risky. I see a lot of magicians be like, how will you? It wasn't shown earlier. I took some dude's watch here.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Right? Now, I have a 90% success rate on
Right.
taking watches. 90%.
We
right?
gotta talk. We gotta go to the club tonight too.
So like, you know, I met a lot of celebrities in my time frame in this crazy career, and I think it was Flow Rider, right?
Oh, he's
So-
getting money too. I know you got his watch.
No, it wasn't him
Oh,
that
it
was
wasn't
gonna
him?
take the watch.
Okay.
He had saw me. It was in Planet Hollywood. It was one of his people saw me take somebody's watch, and he took me to Flow Rider, right? And I'm sitting next to him, and I think it was his bodyguard, but it was this big dude, and they all were in on it. They're like, "Yo, take his watch." They pointed at a freaking gorilla, like a King Kong nigga, like, yo, like he didn't have wrists, he had thighs. Yo, and it was like, and I'm there trying to do the whole thing, and I'm in mode, I'm like hype, you know what I mean? And I'm like this, trying to take this dude's watch, and it's like taking a belt off a dude, you know? And I'm like this, and I had to stop, because I was like, one, if I do take this shot out successfully, all he's gonna do is just go boop on my head, and I'm done, right? Or two, just fail, but I like to try, and everybody was cracking up because they were in on it.
Right.
So like, yeah, failing magic is not even a problem, because my first goal was to entertain people. If the
Okay.
tricks doesn't work, oh well. But being cocky, they do work a lot.
Right. Coming from a New York, you know, hustler's background, you ever use your magic for survival tactics, so to speak?
I like the way you put it.
Yeah, you know.
I would say this much, I've never done nothing illegal
Okay.
on purpose. I have, I'm gonna tell you what that means. My first couple of years in Vegas, I was promoting another magician, his show. And he put me in front of the Flamingo under a tent with like these fans and mists. So it was official, and I had a little microphone.
Right.
But I would do my magic on the street and then give coupons to his show. Right? It was a good little gig. At one of these moments, I had a crowd going, I took this lady's watch, and I like to show it at the end of my tricks. But she left.
Wow.
As in the middle, because I was in the middle of one trick, I look over to do this, and I look back, and then it's Vegas on the strip, and the lady was gone. I still have the watch.
You still have the watch.
So
You know what? I know who that is. Give it to me. I'll make sure she gets it.
I got this awesome Casio watch from 2010.
Oh no, I don't know her. Like, this is wrong chick. I don't know her.
No, but things like that have happened. But in terms of survival, hell yeah. I remember right before I joined the Marine Corps, I took this temp job as I'm waiting to go to boot camp, and they took me, I don't know where the hell, but it was past Queens, the border, and there was no subway going that way. And I thought they were gonna give me a token. These token days.
Oh damn, you did.
Yo, this is like you had a coin to go on the train. Yeah, I thought I was gonna be able to go back home, and boom, they ain't give me no money. And I'm in the middle of freaking Queens, and I live on the Heights, and I'm like, how am I gonna get home? And this is 2001. I had no cell phone. I had a pager, and pagers only work one way, and I didn't have no quarters. I can't make a phone call. I'm like literally stuck in Queens,
Right.
but I had the cards, and I stood in front of the subway. Took a cab home, had some Chinese food, you know what I'm saying, bought a blunt. Done.
And went shopping.
Yeah.
Along the way, right?
Well, shopping for the Chinese food, yeah.
Shopping for the Chinese food.
So
Right.
yes, I've used it in time, and I've been blessed, knock on wood, that I do have a technique. And I see people on the street,
Right.
and like their idea is like, here, just drop the money in. I'm like, man, must be fucking nice. I'm over here learning techniques and shit, and you just stand right fucking there, and people just put money in your bucket. Like, oh fuck,
Right.
I'm over here tap dancing and shit.
Right. Have you ever like came across a magician that maybe didn't know you were and tried to, you know, get you, but you figured, you know, all his tricks? Has that
Yeah,
ever
but I'm
happened?
not a hater.
Okay.
I really love my art. So what I've come across magicians who would try to do a trick to me. I first like respectfully say, "Nah, do it to this person." You know what I mean? I'll watch. But if they insist that it's to me, I'm like, okay, cool. And I'll watch it on the merit of the performance. And if they get me, they get me. And if they don't get me, but they did it really well, you know what I mean? It's like,
Right.
it's like seeing I don't know, like a Guns N' Roses cover band. I know you ain't Guns N' Roses, asshole.
Right.
But you did it really fucking well.
Right.
So I'm not gonna be there like, you didn't write those lyrics. You know what I mean? Like, why you gotta be a fucking hater for no fucking reason?
Right.
Nah, but rarely I've gotten a magician try to do tricks to me and try to really hustle me.
That's what I mean.
I like do it negatively on me on
Right.
purpose. Like the one fool, yeah, you probably watching the one fool who was doing this shit and tried to take my girl's watch, right? And then when he walked away, I was like, yo, my man, you want your wallet back? or I fuck you up.
Wow.
Or I fuck you up. I'm saying, get my girl's watch back. And then I told him who I
his
am.
wallet while he was doing that.
Oh, he's fucking easy as shit. He's over here doing this shit, and he got his asshole to me, and I'm like this. I bet.
Oh man. Wow.
Anyways, yeah.
Okay.
But it doesn't happen as often as people
Right.
believe.
I'm sure there are a lot of kids watch this show, and kids love magic. You just did magic with the little kid.
Even
here.
kids at heart.
What kind of advice, or is there a class do you teach this? Maybe a kid want to learn from you.
I don't snitch.
You don't snitch. That's called snitching, apparently.
Back in the days. Now, interesting enough, I'm kind of considering putting out a book on bar magic. See, somehow I've become the definition of a bar magician. If you Google bar magician, I'm the only one that pops up.
Okay, that's
but there's a difference. People wonder what's the difference between bar magic and street magic. In street magic, you're there entertaining, and it's kind of like quantity over quality.
Right.
Where you want a rotation of groups so you can make most money.
Right.
In bar magic, my entire goal is to keep you at the bar so you could drink more. So it doesn't matter if I'm doing you with tricks. I can tell you stories, anecdotes. I've been around the world. I speak several languages.
Right.
I can keep people entertained. Fuck the magic.
Right.
I mean, yeah, do some tricks, but that's the whole thing about bar magic. It's about giving the ambiance and buy another round.
Okay.
Now, the owner of the bar loves you.
Right.
The people are having a great time in a memory.
Right.
And I'm getting paid. So everybody's enjoying it. So yes, I want to put a book out on bar magic. But in terms of me teaching, I never liked it because nobody taught me. So and I didn't have what these kids have these days. You can literally go on YouTube, and type in magic trick teach. And there's, trust me,
Right.
thousands and thousands and thousands of little 12-year-olds that got money. I swear to God, some of these tricks are expensive.
Right.
You could buy a $300 trick. But you're buying a $300 trick because you're buying $300 worth of that information, that knowledge. Once that knowledge is in your head, it's good. But you got these little spoiled ass 12-year-olds tell their dad, I want to buy this trick. Oh, let me put a YouTube video snitching the whole $300 fucking trick. And now you got some fucking random ass kid in Nebraska, 15, learning this awesome trick and then fucking it up for all his fucking friends.
Right.
And when their friends do the trick to their uncle or whatever, then the uncle's like, oh, that's nice. Then that uncle goes to Las Vegas, buy a ticket to my show, and he's like, man.
I know that trick already.
Yeah, I know that trick already. So yes, you can go on YouTube and you can have all the snitches you want.
There it is. Moral of the story. You want to learn magic? Go on YouTube. Apparently. So listen, before we get out of here, let me play manager real quick. If anybody want to get in contact with you for bookings, birthday parties.
No.
No birthday parties?
Unless you're like Beyonce, I'm down.
Okay, hey, I'm trying to get you money here.
I do
minus
my checks need commas.
Yeah, minus the 40%, my 40%. But anyway, if anybody want to get in contact with you, how can they do that?
I do it direct, Smoothini at gmail.com. SMOOTHINI at gmail.com. I'm heavy on social media, so Instagram. I've gotten booked literally from somebody to send me a direct message.
Right.
My fan page is down because I'm doing things that I can't speak of right now.
Okay.
Website's being revamped for things that I can't speak of right now. So,
Right.
But anyways, yeah, if you hit me up on the email, man, and social media, and you really but yeah, email directly. Yeah.
That's it.
Smoothini, it's Smoothini.
Smoothini, man.
At gmail.com.
And his sidekick, the great Thorozini. That's
Dude,
me.
I'm telling you, we got DJ on the deck. I mean, hey, if it's a stage show,
we're gonna make it happen.
you swear to God, you like Old Dirty Bastard got revived.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Watch out for that show. Las Vegas, we coming, baby. Let's go. When you see us, one knee us, man, you know what that means. Pay respects. We out. Yeah.